Hey, what is up guys, it's godsunit here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a randomized prison mine. So this is basically completely randomized, and I have some stuff in here that is shown off in some other tutorials. So what you see on screen right now where it says coal, iron, diamond is my block detection. So if you want to know how to make the block detection, that is totally different, and I have a video on that already from a couple months ago, which I will link in the top comment that is pinned, and I will leave it in the description. So if you want to know how to do the block detection, check that video out. This video is strictly for how to make a customized prison mine. So let's go ahead and show you how this works. When I press this button, it will completely randomize the prison, and when I press this button, it will show the ores. So this is just to show it off. So these things, I'll show you the commands, however, it's not really necessary for what you guys will be making, because this will be for any prison server or anything like that, any realm with prisons. So yeah, I have the counter which counts how many of each ore are right here. So there's 7 coal, 6 iron, and 4 diamonds. As you can see, it's pretty accurate because it's showing the correct ores. When I reset it, it will go ahead and give me a new set of ores. And also this can be customized however you'd like. So if you want this to if you want it to be like really rare for ores to happen, or if you want it to be really common for ores to happen, I will show you how to change that, and I will also show you how everything works. So first off, here is the actual randomizer. So what this does is it uses armor stands with RNG to set block all the different ores, and they are just constantly running, and every time they hit this red line, it saves a structure. So every time it saves a structure, it's able to load a new one. So it happens so quickly that you can pretty much spam this button and it will always generate a new mine right away, because that's how quick this actually is at generating mines. It generates them literally within a second or two. So how does this actually work? So first off, what you're going to want to do is execute at E, name equals RNG, which is the name of the armor stands, scoreboard players random at S RNG 150. So if you haven't already, make a scoreboard objectives add RNG dummy. So any of the other scoreboards you see here are for the counter, so those don't matter. All you need is RNG. After you've added RNG, this command will start working, and you're gonna have to place your armor stands wherever you want. So this can be as big or as small as you want yours to be, and all you'd have to do is just do the commands accordingly. So that's pretty simple right there. So now we want the armor stands to move. Now this part is very important. You want the armor stands to move in the direction that they are facing towards the blocks. So wherever your blocks are, you want them moving in this direction. So for me, it's moving in the positive Z chord, but yours could be moving in the negative or positive X chord or negative or positive Z chord. So just make sure you know which direction your armor stand should be moving for this next command. Execute at E, name equals RNG, TP at S, tilde 1.5. So the reason I do 1.5 blocks is because first, it changes every single time they're set back, which blocks it randomizes. So sometimes it skips a little bit of layer, sometimes it doesn't. So you'll just have to, you know, test out and see how this works for you. But with that being said, this actually works really good to make it really fast, and it makes it really, like, a lot more random. So this is to help with the randomness and to make it extremely quick. So this will literally generate mines within seconds. Now this next one is pretty important. This is the thing that when it hits over here, this is what is saving, this is what's resetting, and all of that. So the first one you're going to want to do, now these coordinates are specific to you, so whatever your coordinates are, make sure you know what your coordinates are, because this is very important. You need to set your own coordinates for this to work. Execute at E, name equals RNG, tilde, detect, tilde tilde negative 1 tilde. Concrete 14, structure save random mine. You can name this whatever you want, just remember the name so that you can load the structure later. Negative 25, 10, 11, negative 12, 15, 23. So those coordinates I just read off need to be yours. It doesn't matter what your coordinates are, just make sure you have the correct coordinates, or otherwise this will not work. False, disk, true. Now what this means is false means it will not save entities, disk means it's saving to the actual disk, and true means it is including blocks. So no entities, but yes blocks. The reason we have to specify no entities is because if an armor stand is still inside there for whatever reason, you don't want that to be loaded, so you just keep it false, disk, true, just in case that would happen. It's very unlikely, but just in case, we want to do this. The next, now this is very important, it should be chain, conditional, always active. It needs to be conditional because this needs to be true for this to happen. I know they happen right after each other in the same tick, however, sometimes it messes up, and it's very important that it doesn't. So, execute at e name equals RNG, tilde tilde tilde, detect tilde tilde negative 1 tilde, concrete 14, fill negative 25, 10, 11, negative 12, 15, 23 stone. So this is the same coordinates I said before, so remember, whatever coordinates you have, and yes, I'm going to keep emphasizing this because it's very important. I don't want a lot of comments saying this doesn't work because the coordinates aren't correct. Make sure you have your own coordinates. Concrete 14 fill, your coordinates stone. So all this is doing is it's taking the block and it's filling it back with stone. And then lastly, execute at e name equals RNG, tilde tilde tilde, detect tilde tilde negative 1 tilde, concrete 14 TP at s, tilde tilde tilde, negative 14. So all this is doing is it's basically TPing every single armor stand that's touching the red concrete back over here so that it can start again. So this way it'll just keep going and keep making new mines. These are gonna be last. So now we are moving on to the actual ore generation. So these are the commands that generate the ores. This is what this is used for, the randomness, the RNG. This is what that is for. So mine is layer based, so my mines have diamonds more at the bottom, then iron more at the bottom, then coal can go all the way to the top. So that's how mine works. You can layer yours however you want. You can have ores on every layer. Just make sure that you follow this part very closely. Execute at e name equals RNG, scores equals RNG equals 1, tilde tilde tilde, fill, 6 tildes, coal or 0, replace stone. So basically all this is doing is, if there's stone there, it will replace it with coal as long as RNG equals 1. So if RNG doesn't equal 1, then it won't do this. But this is pretty important that you have the RNG equals 1, otherwise it will constantly place coal there. So this is so that whenever your RNG equals 1 here, then it will automatically place down coal. Now all of these are very similar to that, all the way going up to the top layer. So here we go. I will just show the commands and you can either copy them or you can make them your own, but this is just my example and how mine is layered. So I'm not going to be talking through this, I'm just going to show you all the commands because this is a lot of writing. Alright, that is all of them. So now as you can see, I add 1 RNG every single time, and it's either a different ore, a different Y level, or something like that to every RNG. Now one thing you can do is you can switch this 50 to whatever number you want. So if you want ores to be extremely rare, then you'd up the number. If you want them to be very common, lower the number. Now lastly, this is going to be heavily based on the coordinates over here, so wherever your actual mine is going to be is what these coordinates are important for. So these are the coordinates that go all the way down, all the way to one other side. So make sure your coordinates match for you, so whatever your coordinates are for your mine, and also this right above the mine is the air that it's testing for. So every time this entire thing is mined out, it will automatically reset. So let me just do, I have the command right here, so when I do this, and I'll just do like one less layer so that you can see as soon as I mine all of this out, it will automatically reset the mine. And also the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside of it just to show you that it actually TPs you out when it is done. So whenever you completely mine this out, let's say you're all the way at the bottom, it will TP you directly out when it resets a new mine, which I will show you in a second. So let me just finish mining all of this, and then I will go down there and mine the last blocks. Alright, so now I'm in here, and it resets and teleports you over here, so this way you are out of the way, and it can reset the mine, and it automatically resets as soon as it hits that. So that's what this area is. This area is exactly the same size as this area, all the way down. So you want an area that you know will never have any blocks inside of it, that you're able to test the coordinates for. So the coordinates for this and this are going to be in this next command, so make sure you have your own coordinates. These are going to be different coordinates than last time, and just make sure you have your own. It's very, very important that you know your coordinates. Test for blocks, and then your coordinates first. The first 6 coordinates, so -12, 17, 11, -25, 22, 23. So these first 6 coordinates, whatever yours are going to be the coordinates that are right here, on this, and right here. So those coordinates that I just showed you are where that's going to be, and then the last coordinates are going to be right here. So right where I'm standing right now is going to be the other coordinates for air. So in whatever yours is, make sure your coordinates match just like that. Now, next thing, structure load random mine -1, 5, 12. Those coordinates are on the bottom right of where my structure would be saved. So my structure is saved right here. It's very hard to get in there, but that's where my structure is saved. So since my structure is saved right there in that corner, I'm going to automatically place it right here. So it's always going to be bottom right. No matter how you save your structure, it's always going to save bottom right. So you want your bottom right coordinate, which mine is -1, 5, 12, and that is where you're going to load the new mine. Pretty important there. Lastly, this is the teleport command. So for you, it's going to be your coordinates, so whatever coordinate you put before, you're going to do whatever your coordinates are for X, Y, Z. Now, DX, DY, and DZ are a little bit more complicated than that. Basically, whatever your Y coordinate is for over here, whatever your coordinate is for this block, you're going to take 12, 10, 24 for my example, and you're going to subtract your original coordinates from that, and that's how you're going to get the DX, DY, and DZ. So if you take that last coordinate and you subtract your original coordinates, -1, 5, 12 for my example, or you add them, yeah, I think it's adding. So, you know, whatever you have to do to get those coordinates, that's what you're going to have to do. So DZ 12 is because it's 12 blocks, so it goes from 12 to 24. So if you subtract 12 from 24, that's what you're going to get. If you take -1, it is 13 blocks away. DY is going from Y5 to Y10, so DY because you're adding 5 more to get to 10. TP at S 611.9 facing 611.10. So that's the coordinates that I want you to be at when you are done with the mine, when it's resetting. So that's the coordinates I put you at. So that is literally everything for this. So you can set yours up however you want. This is just a base and an example. Now I'm going to show you these 3 commands, and that is the end of the tutorial. So this is just filling the coordinates I had before with air to reset the mine. So the reason I do this is because that's how my mine resets. Now over here, show ores. So all show ores is doing is it's replacing all the stone with air. So that's pretty much the same command as before, but air 0 replace stone. And this is don't show ores. So this places all the stone back. So the way we do that is almost the same command again. Fill the coordinates stone 0 keep. So all this is doing is it's keeping the ores, but it's filling it with stone. Now this over here is the block detection, and I have a tutorial on that which will be linked, like I said in the beginning of the video. But other than that, guys, that is everything. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, or join my Discord server where someone can help you there. If you'd like to, you know, share anything or do anything like that, again, it's my Discord server down linked in every single video, including this one. So go join my Discord server. And if you have any other questions for me, you can DM me on any of my socials, or again, join my Discord server. Other than that, guys, that is it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.